Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a feeling I'm pretty sure we've all had, that kind of mental fog you get after scrolling for hours. There's a name for it now, brain rot. It perfectly captures this sense that our ability to really focus, like we could back in 2000, is kind of being eaten away by the algorithmic world of today.
Yeah, that feeling of just mental exhaustion when you finally look up from your phone after falling down some rabbit hole. Well, in 2024, that very specific, very modern feeling finally got a name that just clicked with everyone. Brain rot.
And when I say it clicked, I mean it really clicked. Just look at this number. In a single year, the use of that term shot up by 230%. This wasn't just some niche internet slang. No, this was a huge cultural moment, a sign that we're all feeling a collective anxiety about what our digital lives are doing to our heads.
And here you have it, the official word from Oxford, which actually named brain rot its 2024 Word of the Year. It's all about that feeling that our minds are deteriorating because we're just consuming endless amounts of trivial stuff online. It's that massive shift from the deep, slow focus of reading a book to just swiping through an endless fire hose of short videos.
So you gotta ask, is this fear really new? Is it something that was born with smartphones and TikTok? Or is this an old anxiety that's just found a brand new target? To figure that out, we actually need to take a step back in time.
Take a look at this timeline. It shows that this worry about our brains getting, lazy has been around for a long time. It started out as this philosophical idea, then it kind of bubbled up as some early internet slang, and now, boom, it's exploded into this global conversation that scientists are taking very seriously. And get this, the term itself goes back over 170 years. Henry David Thoreau, in his book Walden, warned about brain rot as he saw society starting to prefer simple stuff over complex ideas. I mean, how wild is that? It is a hauntingly familiar complaint, isn't it?
Okay, so what is actually going on inside our heads when we feel this way? Is brain rot just a clever metaphor, or is there some real, measurable biological stuff happening? Let's get into the science.
It all kicks off with dopamine. See, the algorithms on social media are basically designed to be addictive. Every single like, every share, every funny little video, it gives you a tiny little hit of this pleasure chemical. It trains your brain to want more and more of these quick, easy rewards, which makes it way harder to sit down and do something that requires long-term focus.
Now, this is where it gets really interesting, because this isn't just a feeling. Research is actually linking all this screen time to physical changes in the brain, like reduced cortical thickness in these super important areas. It's literally pruning our ability to think deeply, to remember things, and even to regulate our emotions.
And all that rewiring leads to this thing called digital amnesia, or what some people call the Google fact. Basically, our brains know that any piece of information is just a quick search away, so they don't even bother to store it properly. We're doing what scientists call cognitive offloading. We're just outsourcing our memory to our phones.
And this chart just lays out that shift so perfectly. It's the difference between knowing what something is versus just knowing where to find it. I mean, think about it. 20 years ago, you knew your best friend's phone number by heart, right? Today, you just know it's saved in your contacts. One of those things builds a strong, durable memory. The other just builds dependency, and it makes our long-term recall weaker.
Okay, so this stuff isn't just happening inside our skulls. The effects are actually spilling out into our culture. They're changing the way we talk and the kind of media we even make.
You can literally see the evidence in our language. We've got this rise of brain rot vocabulary. Words like skibbity, riz, Ohio. These terms are born from viral memes. They spread like wildfire, and they often act as a kind of shorthand that replaces more complex ways of expressing ourselves.
This whole trend has even created its own bizarre media genre, Italian brain rot. Yeah, it's a thing. It's a perfect example of what people call AI slop. Just totally nonsensical, surreal, AI-generated videos that are made for one reason and one reason only, to grab our shrinking attention spans for a second.
But here is the fascinating twist in all of this. The generations that are the most deep in this stuff, Gen Z and Gen Alpha, they're the ones who actually came up with the name brain rot. They have this cheeky self-awareness, as experts call it. They know what this content is, and they know what it might be doing to them.
And you know what? That self-awareness is everything. It's the key. Because once you can actually name the problem, you can start looking for a solution. It's the first step in fighting back, rebuilding our focus, and taking back our mental stamina.
So what's the game plan? Well, the strategy is called cognitive scaffolding. The best way to think about it is like a workout program for your brain.
It's a set of intentional habits you build to give your mind the support it needs to get strong again and get that focus back.
And here are 4 really practical steps you can take. First, try the uncut rule. Just spend 20 minutes a day with something that isn't cut into a million pieces, like a book or a long podcast. Second, be mindful. Go online with a goal, not just to endlessly scroll. Third, prioritize your sleep. Your brain needs that downtime to recover. And finally, remember the use it or lose it rule. Challenge your brain with something new, puzzles, a new language, whatever.
So you see, brain rot is way more than just a funny internet buzzword. It's a really profound question about our relationship with the technology that is actively, right now, reshaping our minds. And it leaves us with one really critical question to think about. In this new world we're building, who's really in control?